Well, hello and welcome to another Board of Education board meeting recap, this time for the month of October 2023. My name is Duke Bradley, Chief of Staff, and as always, I'm joined today by our Superintendent, Mayor Elizabeth Davis. Mayor Elizabeth, good to see you.
Good to see you, Duke, and thank you for joining us for another board meeting recap in Henry County Schools. And this board meeting kicked off with so much celebration and recognition, starting with our Teachers of the Year. Duke, talk a little bit about this amazing celebration.
Well, one of our most significant celebrations each year is our Teacher of the Year banquet. It is an opportunity for us to celebrate and lift up and acknowledge the wonderful contributions that our rock star teachers make to our district and to the lives of kids each and every day. Let's take a look at some of the snapshots from our time together.
It is an amazing celebration night, and you know what? It's World Teacher Day. World Teacher Day is such a fitting moment to recognize that the best in the world happen to teach right here in Henry County. Congratulations to Rita Reeves from Woodland Elementary School. The middle school finalist for Teacher of the Year of our middle schools, Dr. Misty Gibbons. Congratulations. Join me in celebrating the high school District Teacher of the Year, Mr. Richard Cosell, Dutchtown High School. Tonight was a celebration of the champions of Henry County Schools. But our District Teacher of the Year will be the champion of champions as we win for kids together. I am pleased to announce that our District Teacher of the Year for 2023 goes to Mr. Richard Cosell, Dutchtown High School. Now, of course, we want to take this moment and congratulate our District Teacher of the Year, Mr. Postel from Dutchtown High School. It was a grand celebration, and the opportunity to honor teachers who serve our community so brilliantly every day was coupled with recognizing that it is National Principal Appreciation Month. And here in Henry County Schools, we believe we have assembled the best team of professionals leading in public education today. We celebrated our principals and invite you to recognize your principal along with us. It was also National Custodian Appreciation Day this month. It was School Lunch Week, where we were able to recognize and appreciate all of our employees who work in our food and nutrition department and in each one of our cafeterias, making a healthy breakfast and lunch available every day. We celebrated our bus drivers and monitors as it is National Bus Safety Week in the month of October. And we were able to recognize our September Bus Drivers of the Month, as well as our District Bus Monitor of the Month for September. And we rounded all of that out by recognizing that October across this country has been identified as Bullying Prevention Month. And in the evening meeting, we were able to recognize two local leaders who have been paramount to the work in anti-bullying programs. Mr. and Mrs. Cordero, residents of Henry County, have been recognized on the national level. They've been recognized by Governor Brian Kemp and here locally, and we were able to celebrate their contributions in this field as well. Well, that kicked off our board meeting, and then we got into the work of the Board of Education. So let's talk about our first board report.
That's right. So our study session got underway with a discussion of our Year 3, Quarter 1 quarterly report regarding our 5-year Community Inspired Strategic Plan. And Mary Elizabeth, it's really just hard to put into words just how much work this organization has done over the past few years. You know, we're at the midway point of our strategic plan, and so we got a chance to give an update on some of the work that we've been doing. Let's take a look.
Thinking back to when all of this was on giant sticky notes around so many rooms, it felt like an almost unattainable dream for all of this to happen for our students. And it's these people sitting right here and all in this room and all across our district who have made it possible. And it really just gives me chills to think about how many people have really just hopped on board with the dreams of our community so that students have opportunities never before even dreamt of. So I'm incredibly grateful. I'm like Ms. Cobb, I was jotting down notes and realized that I wanted to talk about everything, so I won't. But the evidence of this is everywhere when you go around our district, and it's amazing, and the energy is just it's so contagious, and I'm so grateful for everyone who's made this possible. So I can't wait for continued reports on the great things that are happening and for that STEM school and all the amazing things that are to come. So thank you so much, Dr. Bradley. I appreciate it.
Now for the full report, and to keep track of our progress on your community-inspired strategic plan for Henry County Schools, I'd invite you to visit our website and stay tuned as we continue to develop opportunities, access, and grow our outcomes for kids in Henry. Well, that board report actually transitioned us into a board report on our highly effective leader framework. That framework is actually one of the initiatives born out of our strategic plan and is really designed to promote an improvement in the consistency of practice and in the quality of leadership from school to school across our 52 school campuses. Ms. Sudduth, our Chief School Leadership Officer, provided this report, and so let's take a look.
Good afternoon, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board, and Superintendent Davis. Today, I will provide a strategic plan update related to the highly effective leader framework. And what better time of year to highlight this work than National Principals Appreciation Month? Let's take a look at how the highly effective leader is defined in Henry County Schools. The board has called for improved consistency across the district and has set clear and measurable objectives that have cascaded to every school. In order to lead a high-performing school, we have structured the framework in 4 leadership levers that you can see on the screen. Learning-focused culture, driven by results. Positive school climate, driven by connectivity. Effective instructional infrastructure, and strategic management of resources and development of personnel.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank you and your team for how you are just really supporting our leaders, because we know we do have the very best in public education, and I'm just so thankful for the work that you all are doing to develop and encourage and support and everything that you're doing for our leaders, because we know that the impact that they have, as you said, is so crucial in the lives of our students. And I'm just so thankful to everyone who has had the courage to step up to lead in this district, because you really are the best, and we're so, so grateful for all the hard work that you put in every day. So thank you for your work around this.
So next up was our eSPLOS and construction report provided by our Chief Operations Officer, Josh Malcolm, who gave an update on some of the projects that we have going on in our district, not the least of which is the Birch Creek Elementary project. This is a school that is slated to open next fall. It's hard to imagine that we've got a new addition coming to our school community. Also, our new district facility project is very well underway, so we're really excited about those 2 projects.
Following the eSPLOS and construction report, which is provided monthly by our Chief Operations Officer, there was a look at a policy KG, which is our community use of facilities policy. That policy has been modified to accommodate us now having 2 performing arts centers, and also prepare that to have an accompanying regulation to follow the policy. If you'd like to take a look at that policy, it's available on our district website under public review, and we welcome your public comment as the board considers the action they will take at the November board meeting on that policy. We moved after the SPLOST and construction report and our review of policy KG. It was then our Chief Financial Officer, Shanika Clay, who provided the month's September financial review for our Board of Education. Let's take a quick look.
Today, I bring the financial activity report for the period ending September 30th, 2023. I'll start the report with a look across all funds, and we'll look at the last column. You can see that we've collected 16.7% of our planned revenues to date across all of the funds, and this is indicated in the yellow highlight. This is ahead of the revenue pacing from the previous year, and this is really driven by our revenue reimbursements associated with our special revenues funds. Looking down the page to the green highlight, we see that expenditures to date are 27.9% of the budgetary plan, which is trending in line with the prior year. Moving along to the next slide, we will review the general fund activity. With the third month of the fiscal year now complete, we are 25% through the fiscal year on a linear basis. We have collected 15.3% of the planned receipts to date, as shown in the yellow highlight, and you can anticipate that this will continue to lag behind the pace of the year until we receive the property tax revenues over the coming months.
As always, we invite you to visit the website to take a full comprehensive look at our monthly financial reports and to stay connected with the work of our Board of Education to ensure high quality education is happening in every classroom across this county. Now, one other item associated with the study session was actually initiated following board members' participation in a national advocacy conference in Washington, D.C. Mr. Mackenzie McDaniel, board member representing District 5, was able to attend that national conference earlier in September and had a moment to report on his experience. Let's take a look.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair, and good evening to everyone. I want to say that it was a pleasure and indeed an honor to attend the 2023 Consortium of State School Board Association, or formerly known as COSBA. We went to Washington, D.C. For a federal advocacy conference, and I would just say that it was indeed an experience. Our children need us to speak and speak loudly for them. And Dr. Davis, it was a profound opportunity to go to our nation's capital and sit with those that can make the decisions for our students. But I also learned that what we do on this board has a much more profound impact on what happens for our students right here in Henry County. So I want to say to my colleagues, thank you for that opportunity. It was a profound time, a great time. And I look forward to hopefully going next year. And it's my prayer and hope that something is done for our students at that level. And thank you.
So coming into our business meeting, our board had an opportunity to take action on a couple of items. The first was our 2024 board meeting time and place. The board meeting time and place calendar was initially presented to the board in September and was held out for public comment and review for 30 days. And so the board was able to approve the calendar as presented. If you would like to take a look at the calendar, it is most certainly available on our website. And secondly, the board took action on our 2024 legislative priorities. The full list of the priorities are available on our website, but really this is an opportunity to make sure that we are working hand in hand with our local delegation around advancing and advocating for policy that we believe is appropriate for Henry County schools, but also good for public education as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, the legislative priorities have been constructed in collaboration among the board members here in Henry County Schools and really focused on ensuring that we invest in our workforce and we invest in the services available through our schools in each one of our 52 school campuses. So some examples is encouraging the General Assembly to consider how safety and security is funded at the state level. Currently, Henry County Board of Education designates all of the funding associated with safety and security improvements from local funds collected here in Henry County. There's also a real interest in investing in our mental health and wellness facilitators, which is currently funded through a federal grant and scheduled to continue being funded through local dollars only. We see this as a great exemplar of how our state should reevaluate its funding formulas for public education in the state of Georgia. Now, we also know that our General Assembly will tackle very big topics associated with public education, and we here in Henry County see the value in local control and accountability for outcomes for kids, and we are encouraging our local delegation to take a similar position as they lead at the state level. Our legislative priorities really are a symbol of this coordination among many bodies of elected officials here in Henry County, and we see this as a point of pride of how we collaborate through multiple agencies to serve our families, our students, and our employees here in Henry County. Now, those legislative priorities, really, they pave the way for the last business item to be considered by the Board of Education, and that was an investment in music technology equipment for our Academy of Advanced Studies. That pathway will be available at our academy, and the board unanimously approved that investment. Now, our business meeting in the evening is always just enriched by an inspiration provided by students, and this time it was Bethlehem Elementary School. You are not going to want to miss this. Take a look.
And during awards and recognition, we were able to yet again recognize the Cordero family, really for the contributions that they've made to elevating a conscience around bullying. Their anti-bullying campaign has been recognized at the state level and at the national level, and right here in Henry County, we were able to recognize them as well. We also had the Superintendent's Middle School Art Gallery. This was a chance for us to really bring in middle school students who have displayed exemplary art skill. Their work is hanging up in our district office, and so members of our community, their parents and families, their teachers were able to celebrate together their wonderful work. And lastly, as always, we brought some new additions into our leadership team here in Henry County. Let's take a look. Well, that will do it for the month of October. Mayor Elizabeth, it's hard to imagine that we are approaching the end of the very first quarter of this year. It's been a fast one. So again, thank you all so much. We look forward to seeing you again next month. While this was just the board recap, you can view the entire board meeting on our website. Also, before we let you go, we encourage you to follow us on social media. That's all from Henry County Schools today. Remember, we are always in pursuit of exceptional, and we'll see you next month.